Noisy Pixel.
As a fan of board games, I could easily spot what developer Kemco was creating with their horror adventure Raging Loop. The game borrows elements from a popular game known as Werewolf, with a few twists thrown in. It's these new gameplay elements attached to the ever-growing desire to know who's killing everyone that makes Raging Loop a great adventure with systems that I'd like to see in more visual novels.
ちゃんとついているぞ。ツレションの時に確認すればいい。
Raging Loop begins by introducing Haruake, a 24-year-old trying to get over a breakup by climbing on his motorcycle and driving into the night. He finds himself in the mountains, and evidently, he's lost. If things were bad enough, he ends up crashing his bike. Luckily, he meets a college student named Chimi, who is strangely out this late. She invites him to stay at her place, and, well, they get drunk. The next day is when things begin to get weird, when he discovers that he's actually in a village who doesn't take kindly to strangers. With his bike out of order, he must request the help of elders and follow the rules so that he can get out of there. However, things get even worse when a strange mist rolls in and Chimmy tells him to hide out in an outhouse and stay quiet. Well, he doesn't, and that's when the hands of a werewolf murder him. Following these events, we learn that the village is cursed. In the past, the villagers have angered some gods, and now wolves would take the form of villagers, and each night they will kill someone. It's up to the villagers to investigate and hang one villager a day in hopes the person that they kill is a werewolf. Thankfully, they aren't alone, as the other gods lend specific villagers their powers, but some villagers don't share their abilities and fear that the wolves will kill them. The lore of the opening 3 hours of the game is dense. You can just sit back and relax as the game dumps it all on you. The good thing here is that it is rather exciting and also a little necessary to understand how everything works. However, characters can be chatty with the redundant conversations and repetitive statements. After the lore dump, players are in for a horrific adventure. The game focuses on each character and we get to meet everyone through the eyes of Haruoke. No one in the village is what you describe as normal, which ups the uneasy feeling you get when you're in conversation with them. There's also voice acting for each character, including Haruoke, which helps the immersion in this world. While the game's opening heavily relies on its visual novel elements, players will have plenty of interaction in the latter parts. Throughout the story, players will make choices which can lead to Haruoke's death, the death of an innocent villager, or hopefully, the end of a werewolf. What's important to note is that Haruoke will die in this adventure, but strangely, he doesn't forget events leading up to his death. Raging Loop features an excellent chart system that allows players to travel to different points in the story and make choices. The game's true ending is reasonably linear as you make your way to discovering who the actual werewolf is. The reveal is pretty grand and packed full of even more lore, but the time you've invested to that point will sell the dramatization of it all. The conclusion isn't the best part about Raging Loop. After completing the true ending, a new Revelation mode will unlock as a new game plus. This mode lets you play through the game, but this time with the power to see what other characters are thinking. This is an incredible feature that I wish other visual novels had because it works so well. I enjoyed the character illustrations in the game and felt that they sold the experience of a rural village and setting. However, the background illustrations didn't always do it for me, and I wish that there was more CG scenes in the game to visualize what was going on. The sound department is pretty spot on in this game and makes for some great immersion during the horror scenes.
狼が来るぞ狼が来るぞ狼が来るぞ
Raging Loop plays on the werewolf game formula, but offers a new element where a character can endlessly run through this story and bring past experiences with them. It's a feature that works so well and makes for some great moments of dialogue as Haruoke attempts to not expose his secret to anyone, but still offer insight where he can. While the game might seem like an average horror adventure with the one true ending and multiple bad endings, the new game plus is too good to pass up for fans of the genre. It's these new features which makes this lore-filled adventure a must-play title. Noisy Pixel is giving Raging Loop an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.